Hi, everyone. Hello, hello. Just now letting in our mighty companions. Let's admit them into the room. Can I get some high fives? We're live? Okay, good. Ichabod says we are live. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, hello. Oh my gosh. Hi, guys. Just now letting in. Oh my gosh. Why do I always do this? Admit them. I think I did it. Hi, guys. Hi. Wow. So much has happened in such a short time. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. I really am. Hi, Shelly, Barb, Kazri, Ellen. Hi, guys. Hi, everybody in the chat.
Oh, there we go.
So here we are. Hi, friends. Hi, Susan, Ichabod T, Laura K, Dave, Melissa. Hi, guys. Jeannie, Jeanette. Wow. Here we are. Should we meditate? Anybody want to meditate? Let's do that. I think that's always a good idea. We just had a 90-minute yoga class. It was so amazing. I'm super chillaxed. I was like, I don't know if I have any words, but I know that the words will come. Let us sit together, shall we, for a little while? All right, friends. Welcome back to Miraculous Mondays. I'm super, super ready to be with you, super happy. And I'd like to start us off just sitting. So wherever you are, find yourself seated. You can. Oh, Stephanie's here. I'm going to let her in. You can keep your eyes. You're hearing me twice. Is that for everybody before I start? No? Penny, do you have a YouTube open? Hi, Stephanie. I'm so excited to see you. Is anybody else hearing me twice? I don't know. All right. I'm going to start. I hope it works out for you, Penny. It will. Beautiful friends. All right. Let's just sit for a second and anchor in this moment of time. Into the room. Please mute yourself. Here comes Justin. And let's just take a few moments, my dears, to close your eyes and rest. Rest your mind. Take a few deep breaths here. Sitting up nice and tall, your spine like an antenna, receiving the light and then shining the light back up at Creator, at Source, in perfect communion. Knowing that our return to God is pleasing, brings joy to our Creator. Just allowing all things to be exactly as they are. Asking for the highest guidance, clearest communication, generosity of spirit, honesty, faithfulness, let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths together. You can breathe in through your nose and let your belly get big. Hold your breath. And then open your mouth and exhale loudly all the way out. Let's do 2 more like that. Breathe in through your nose. Hold your count. And then out through your mouth. And 1 more, breathing in. Fill yourself up with new energy and new information. And then hold it in, let it pulse through your veins. And then exhale. Anything that's not of the highest out. I'm sitting for a few more moments here. In the space of knowing. Connection. And then bringing your hands together in front of your heart. With gratitude and with love. Namaste. Namaste. You know, my favorite interpretation of namaste is that the light in me bows and honors to the light in you. And when you are in that place and I am in that place, we are one. It's a good line. Really requires that we get into that place. And that's partly what I wanted to talk about with you beautiful people today. We have had a big 1, 2, 3 switch in our reality. And because so many of you have been messaging and curious about what's been going on, I thought I would start our time together just giving a little share around all of the events that transpired and how we are interpreting them and how we're moving forward with one foot in front of the other. That's really what this movement is about. It really is about putting one foot in front of the other and making the moves that you are led to make and doing the best that we can to quiet that egoic part of ourselves that wants to question that, wants to strategize around that. Somebody trying to break into this room. Hello. Just a second, friends. Here I come. Here I come. Say hi. You can say hi if you want. You can say hi, but there's a show happening right now. This is our new friend. This is our new friend. Who's this, Adam?
Melania.
This is Melania. Some of you may have seen Melania over at Freakville. Melania now lives here at the castle. Okay, and this is Adam. You guys know Adam. Beautiful Adam, sweet Adam. My sweet son. See all our friends?
Oh.
These are all of our friends. Hi, there's Peggy. There's Penny. She's going to come and be your teacher. There's Sabina, and Kazri's going to do art projects with you, and Alan's going to really teach you how to eat fruit. Adam's there. Adam's all fruity. We had a whole day this week of just watermelons, which was amazing. Watermelon juice. The same day that Lonnie's daughter also did just orange, and they didn't know that, and they're both 7. So that's a pretty cool thing. You can take it out there though. Okay, out there. Take the dog with you, please. Here. We're still adjusting. Thanks, friends. It's all, impromptu, but basically we had a 1, 2, 3 switch. And I know that I had shared with some of you guys, well, all of you guys that watch these shows, that we were going to do some yoga training. We were going to do a 6-day event in Puerto where we were living. And the day before the event, Danny and I looked at each other and we went, we have to leave today, tomorrow. We have to leave. It had gotten to a point where the poisonous venom of snakes was like at the doorstep. And I just felt like if we were to walk into this training, the place where we were hosting it was really, it just didn't feel safe. It didn't feel safe because the owner, not because of her, because she's fantastic and she's with us. Just because of a lot of the people that were in that neighborhood that were really not happy with some of the things that we talk about in these circles. And I know that all of you have had these experiences. So I'm not speaking to any newbies, except for the newbies that watch these videos for some reason and get so upset about them and then talk to each other about them, which is a really kind of curious thing. Because we're here to support each other. And one of the messages that I've been getting loud and clear these last few days is that pursuing what you want, as long as it's godly, is godly. Like if you're pursuing your heart and in the desires of your heart, you have a responsibility to do that. And you just have to keep doing that. And for the faith, for all the faith in the world, God is with us. Like, and it was just like, all of the times in my life where I've just showed up because I thought I had to, people were depending on me. I had this training, it looks like messy. It looks messy. I'm canceling events at the last minute. I'm not showing up to my YouTube videos. And, I was talking to a friend who's here now too. And she's like, that's what the awakening journey can be at first, because you're waking up to so many things that all of a sudden it just looks like you're a mess. You're uprooting your family the day before an event. You have your rent here, you've got your rent there. Nothing makes sense financially, the whole thing. But what I wanted was freedom. And I know that that's what all of us want. We just want to be free. We want to be free from all of the things that keep us bound to this world and keep us bound to these relationships that are really toxic in many ways for a lot of us. They tend to kind of get us going in this whole, like, you're not good enough or that you've done something wrong. When if I ask myself, what have I really done? It's really one thing. I've been curious. Did you know that that's a crime in the Matrix? You're not supposed to be curious, guys. You're supposed to follow the rules. And there's a part of me that really wishes I could. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. Like, really just wish I could fit in. Like, I wish I could just, like, send my kids to the school, like, live down the street from my parents and, like, eat all the food and just do all the things and be normal. There is a part of me, I'm not going to lie, that wishes I could do that. But I know what that brought me. Brought me a lot of acidic energy because it was toxic. And for whatever reason, those of us who show up to these calls and watch these things live, you've been tapped. You remember the Garden of Eden. Like, you remember perfection. And there's a part of you that won't settle for less. And that's what it is with me too. It's like, I don't want less than that. I want perfection. And I'm retraining myself to really admire that about myself rather than let the ego go, well, you don't make sense and everybody thinks you're a mess. And I'm just retraining, because there is a part of us that really needs to accept that what we want and what our guidance is freedom. And that's what we're up to. We're on a quest for freedom. And I love Puerto Escondido. I saw in the Telegram chat, it was actually kind of funny to see people be like, well, I don't think Marie left. I think she did. And I was like, oh, look, wow. Because I hadn't really been online all week. I love Puerto, and anyone who watches these videos from Puerto, I love you too. I love the ocean. I love the beaches, and we'll be back. But we needed a break. I could never have imagined ever in my life that I would have been accused of being a neo-Nazi. And we joke about these things like, it's just like, and the messaging and the energy, not how sensitive we are, like just the energy closing in. I thought to myself, if I ever go back to Puerto like soon, I'm going to take Justin and Aaron with me. We're all going to go down. And then they can say, well, you brought all those Charlie freak people down here. And now all the neo-Nazis, they don't belong in Puerto. And I'm looking at these people and I'm going, look at how sad this has become for you in the name of diversity and tolerance. Look at what you stand for. You stand for lies. You're standing for a lie. And we, the ones that are resonating with this material, all we're saying is like, wow. The minute I opened my curious mind, did the answers flow in? But you can't block the flow with your lies. I mean, you could, but you will suffer. You will suffer. And that's what I see so many people doing that have come at us as if like we're crazy. And and it sounds crazy. Like if you're in the matrix looking in, you're going to go, she's crazy. She cancels her training. She moved her family. Da, da, da. She was accused of all this stuff. She must believe, it's true. No, I don't believe it's true for 1 second. I just want freedom. And I'm willing to change. I'm willing to go with the flow. And my yoga teacher said that. He's like, sometimes you got to make a 1, 2, 3 switch. And I'm so grateful. And I was talking to somebody yesterday from Canada who's about to make a 1, 2, 3 switch. And she's like, well, what's going to happen in 6 months? And what about this? And what about that? And what about that? And I'm telling me and everybody, we can't operate that way anymore. You really can't. When it's time to go, you got to go. When it's time to make a move, you got to make a move. And trust the flow. And all I can say to you is that within 6 days, so we said Saturday around 2:00, last Saturday around 2:00, within 6 days, we were set up in this like amazing place. I mean, it's old, it's Mexican, there's some randomness about it, but it's got a lot of great nature and a lot of space and a lot of freedom here so that we can relax and breathe. And it all made perfect sense this morning when we had a yoga class and my darling husband was leading the class. I was next to him on my mat and my 7-year-old was next to me. And I'm going to cry. And it was like, here she was. And this was what this whole thing was about. Because I didn't even realize in all of these shows and this entire movement, how much I'd been saying, I want this. And I'd been planting the seeds. And you guys better watch out for what you ask for. Because God's not messing around right now. Like things are happening quickly. Things are happening really fast. And it's like, I just have to keep up the pace. Because it's about the kids. And there's my 7-year-old, moving and breathing and doing the yoga. And my heart, I was just like, wow, that's what this was about. It was about us slowing down time enough. Slowing down to see where we were still off, where we were still lying to ourselves, where we were still pretending. You know what I mean? And it's not about shame. It's not like, oh, I'm ashamed to be seen in this town because now, all these people think I'm crazy. To the contrary, so many people reached out to me and said, this is total insanity. And I go, I know, but I don't want to have anything to do with it. And I'm not going to fight it anymore. I'm not going to like put myself into a training, put my kids into a situation where they're confused. They're not, like that, so that I can save face. Because guess what? God doesn't care about your reputation. Really. God doesn't care about your reputation. God doesn't operate that way. And that's what we're learning how to do. We're learning how to up our operations. Well, how do I operate? What is valuable? What is valuable? And if most of the thoughts that I have are meaningless, which is what the Course teaches, even the good ones, even the bad, like if all of it's meaningless and hiding the true, gnosis of God, then I can back out of all of this. And so if, someone thinks, my reputation or whatever, that doesn't really matter to me. I mean, I'm still growing out of a lot of that, but at the end of the day, it was about that yoga class this morning with little Ruby and the dog sleeping next to me in this like room that's like, kind of falling apart, but that's okay. That's okay. because there were birds chirping and there were beautiful soul family around. And we were all doing it together. And that's what's been so inspiring about this last week for us, you guys, that we really, it was crazy because it was really intense Saturday. And I said to Danny, we've got to go. And then he said, well, we've got all these people here, like we've got to see what they want to do. So we called a meeting with our family and said, hey guys, we want to leave tomorrow. We're going to go to Freakville. Anybody want to come? They're like, sure. Every single one of them, except for one who was like, she took about 6 hours, then she came back around. And we just left. Like we left the day after. So we decided Saturday, we left Monday. We packed up our house in Puerto. It's still there, by the way. If anybody wants to hang out in Puerto Escondido, I think Sarah is going to come down and have one room. So there's a few rooms in the house that can be rented, or, make a contribution, whatever, it doesn't matter. So if you want to, make a 1, 2, 3 switch yourself, there's a place there in a really sweet neighborhood. We'll get you some Freakville t-shirts so you can really freak out the whole community. I'm just kidding. But nobody needs to know who you are. And really, it's all going to come around, because this is the rub that I'm really like with you guys, is that only the love is real. So like the love that happened between all of us in my former community, let's take the yoga, like how many layers of this have you gone through? How many communities have you had to step out of? How many relationships have you had to step out of and just allow them to be? You just had to allow it. But in that process, you get to keep the love. You get to keep the love. Whether they keep it or not is up to them, right? But that's what I'm reminding myself. Well, you know what, Marie? I'm going to remember all of the amazing yoga trainings for the last 17 years that I've been a part of. Hundreds, maybe probably thousands of people I've had the opportunity to share this practice with. I'm going to remember that. And it's amazing because the minute I remember that, someone leaves me a message. It's like, oh my God. Just as a confirmation, because God wants you to win. It's win-win. God doesn't want you to win and them to fail. God wants win-win. God wants everybody to win. But the way that we support our brothers and sisters in winning is winning ourselves, not by falling back, putting ourselves and our families into situations that are really difficult because we're trying to save face. The love is real. The love that happened with your parents, that's real. Even if now they don't see what you see, that's okay. You get to keep the good stuff. And everything else is like, wow, the spiritual practice of detachment. Are we all getting masters in detachment right now? Getting a master's in detach. And then think about emotionally what it was for me and my kids like this week. They haven't seen their friends in a month. They're trying to figure that out. Thank God Stephanie and Joe and their family was there to hold space for us during the first week. And this is what's so amazing about this. When you stop being logical and strategizing and planning everything, guess what happens? God does it. Much better at the whole thing. Can see it from a much bigger perspective. And then a lot of that starts happening like really majestically and miraculously. And that's what I'm really practicing right now, is just learning to really let it go. Let it go. I wrote today maybe 10 times in my journal, just let it go. Let go of that thought, let go of that fear, just let it go. Give it up. Give it up. You're here, you're right now, and it all culminates into this present moment. And I had, how many of you have had these miraculous moments? You had so many of them. That's the real. That's when you're in the holy instant. You're in that moment. You're in God's time. You're in eternity. And because you remember the perfection of being in God's presence, that's all you want, isn't it? Isn't that what we're working towards, all of us? More and more and more absorption into that. The yogis call that samadhi. That's the 8th limb. You practice your self-observations, your ethical observations. You practice your breathing and your movement. You practice your detachment. You practice your focus. You practice your meditation. For what? For absorption. For those moments, for that encapsulation of there's no separation between me and this air and that tree and this dog and that child and this friend and this computer. We're all in this thing. And it's really beautiful. And the next thing we knew, we were here. This is a very funny place. It's a very funny place. And I feel really grateful. It was very surreal. It's still very surreal. I was telling Justin every time like, I was like walking around Costco with Colleen. Like, you want to talk about a weird moment in time? Like, not only is Costco, I haven't been in one of those for a couple of years. Like, there's Colleen, and we're like, got our carts, and we're like getting excited about the plates that we're going to get for the community house. And like, well, I guess this is like the new family. And that's what we're learning to do together, and pooling our energy, including our money and including our love and our ideas together, so that we're kind of like, all right, we're here all of a sudden. It's not, all rainbows and fairies, but has it ever really been? Only when we're lying to ourselves. Don't you wish you could keep lying? Damn Charlie freak. You guys, he's so tall. He's so tall. He's so tall. I sent a few of you that picture. That picture, I'll just tell you that moment when, so I had made a few salads, and Adam wanted some pineapple. So I was in the kitchen cutting up some pineapple, and Charlie was over in the corner talking to somebody, and he just walked over to me and gave me the biggest hug I've ever gotten in my whole life. I was just like, because he's so big. And I don't know how long we stood there, but for a really long time. And we didn't say anything, just like kind of stood there for a while. My heart like, blah, blah. Just like, and then he kind of turned around, and Danny had walked in and like took a little picture. So when you saw that, I would show it to you on my phone, but Adam just came and took it. So I didn't want to post it on Facebook because it's just for us right now, and I don't need any more people going off crazy. But yeah, it's for us. This is for us. And it's really beautiful. And he's a real person, I can say. And they do have 25 dogs. It's a lot of dogs. It's a lot of cats. It's a lot of work. So Justin, get ready. We've got to do some planning, guys. Got to help these kids out. I mean, I don't even know how they've done it all this time. But that's, they're like, we're not ready. And I'm like, are you ever going to be ready? We're here for you to help. Like, we're here to serve. That's the whole function of us being up here for the summer. And all of the dreams we have about Puerto and being on the coast and all of that can still happen. And they're still very present with me. I just know that wanted to be in the country a little bit for the summer. And that's what felt right. And here we are. 10 minutes away. Super fun. So that's what I have for this present moment. I'm trusting that was okay. And I'm super sorry for those of you guys who were excited about the training. I was too. I really was excited about a training. And I think probably in another few weeks, once we get organized here, we'll do it. But for now, we're here like living in community and doing yoga every day and meeting in the evenings. And Team Honey's here doing some music for us. And we did some chanting, and there's always juice and fruits, and the level of abundance is just so incredible right now. And that's what we all want, and that's what we all deserve. We're the children of Abel. So, it's for us. It's all for us. It's just like, how much can you receive, and how willing are you to change? How willing are you to change and go with the flow? Let your reputation go to shit. Who cares? Like, I don't really care. I mean, I still do a little bit, but I'm trying not to. Because, again, you guys love me. You guys love us. You guys get what we're talking about. And that's what this is for. It's, I'm not here to wake anybody up. I'm just here to talk to the people that are ready to see things differently. I mean, geez, if you look at Ghost Ezra's stuff from the last couple of days, like, geez, Pope, and that was sick. That's sick shit, dude. And if you don't take a stand against it, you're in it. And I'm sorry if that offends you. It's not meant to. It's not meant to like hurt your feelings. Nobody here wants to hurt anybody's feelings. That's not what this is about. It's not about your feelings. P.S. P.S. Not about your feelings. This whole diversity thing is a real mess. Did you see the pictures of that man nursing a baby? Like, what is that? What is going on? Gross. And I don't, who knew I was going to be this kind of conservative? I was always, the one on the far left, but it was like, you get to a certain level where it's like, hello. my friend Denby Jane posted this morning. It was so brilliant. She's from Australia. You guys should follow. She's a really smart gal. She said something about, the Dalai Lama. It's like this like ultra compassion. It's so sick. It literally makes me want to vomit. It's so gross. Oh, we're so compassionate. We just, da, da, da. Where are we going with all of this? Where are we going with all this? See, where are we going? There's two choices. You're going to heaven or you're going to hell. You pick. We're going to heaven. It's so much more fun. We have a pool too. All right. I saw Justin and then maybe Nicole. Hi, Justin, honey. I love you.
Hi, I love you too. I love all of y'all. Just wanted to say quickly that it is really important. The less we can confine ourselves to the perceptions of others, the more free we become immediately. So to really step into that is so important. But Maria wanted to catch you. Don't start relying on us. Don't rely on us for your perceptions or your self-worth. Like, we have to be taking the stance that I love all of y'all here listening to me right now. I love all of y'all so much. But if y'all turned on me and started having prejudice against me because I was speaking the truth, or you started casting me down for some other reason, I wouldn't care. Y'all could all go away. Like, I would still stand here and speak the truth because I'm looking for no favor other than the one above. And that's the kind of stance we have to take in every single perspective. And naturally, like magnetically, we're all going to start to align. Everyone who's on that same frequency of truth above all else. I'm not putting my basis on a perceptions of others. That's a lie. That's deception. That's the false world. I'm putting my foundation on the truth. I'm building it on that rock. And then naturally everyone flocks to that. Everyone else who's on that same path, who has that same foundational sense, is going to be drawn to that. That's the magnetism. But we've got to be careful not to be relying on anyone in the external, anything in the external as our foundation, because ultimately that is building our house on the sand. That's building our house on those lies. So just wanted to say that because it's important to remember, even as we go through this and we start to refine ourselves, it's really important to remember that. And just really, the less we can give a shit about what people think about us, wow, it opens us up. It truly does. Like the less I care. I had a family member reach out to me and say that I should stop posting anything or saying anything alluding to Q or anything like that, because I might not, I might need to worry about my perceptions or how people view me. And I just simply told him back. I was like, I really don't care what people think about me. I could care less. I honestly could care less what people think about me. And the more that, and I'm not saying I'm perfect in that. I still have my workings on it. But the more that we can stand in that, the more powerful we become, and we're just able to step into all of this a lot more firmly and boldly. So yeah, that's kind of my rant for the moment.
Right. And that, that's where we're going with it. But I just want to be sensitive too to the fact that that's a process of untangling, because some of us are emotionally invested in our relationships. And that's what I'm really learning deep right now, that like, yes, I'm maybe still depending on this community. But I'm learning more and more how to like really be like, okay, fine. Like this is how it is. This is how it is. And that's the psychological stuff that we're coming out of. I mean, the psychological warfare. I mean, we have been so inundated with so much craziness. I mean, I can't tell you like how much I've questioned myself. I've questioned like really my sanity in all of this. Has anyone else done that? Am I the only one? Like, seriously, I just want to be sensitive to the fact that like this has been a huge shift for all of us. Like we are coming out of some really heavy stuff. And yeah, it's a practice. Like I love how the opportunities keep showing themselves, and sometimes really close relationships, the ones that I didn't realize I was so invested in. It was like the Band-Aid got ripped off, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, look at all that attachment right there. Look at all that intertwined, or like, I'm not good enough. That was right there, because now they're gone. And now I'm like, oh no. Or all that unlovable, all that questioning of myself, like, and especially once the little ones come, that's a whole nother level of trusting yourself and trusting that those children chose you. And so, the decisions that you're making, like my parents called me yesterday, they go, so cute. We love you. We know you're on this like whole thing, but why don't you send the kids up here for the summer? I was like, you can't have my kids. They chose me. And it's really cute and sweet. And I get like, but no. But trusting yourself. I mean, this is it. And it's not like the ego self. It's the God within you. It's the intuition. It's the part of you that knows that you're onto something. Are you with me? That's where I'm at. I mean, after all these years, I'm still getting challenged big time. And I think that's part of what this is about, is just being honest about that. Like, yeah, sometimes my feelings are hurt. Friends, geez, guys. I was like, hey, Charlie calls it my naivete. He goes, but that's a good thing, honey. That's a good thing. You want to have some naivete. If you become accustomed to the ways of the world, that's not a good thing. You should be surprised, because I'm still sincerely surprised. I don't know when that will end, but yeah, sincerely surprised when it goes to shit, because I thought there was so much love there. I felt so much love, but again, if I'm truly, truly honest, I can see where I was faking it. The signs were there. You know what I'm talking about? You've had them too. Something's not sitting, something's not right, but you're just, band-aiding it up. That's why I think some of us get these big rips of the band-aids. Is that you? Hi, Nicole. How are you? Nice to see you, sweetheart. I love your glasses. Look at you in the sun.
Oh, hey, Marie. Hi, guys. Yeah, it's actually finally like summery here. So busting out the glasses and sitting outside. Yeah, I've missed the group. Hey, real quick, I just wanted to say what you were just talking about the naivete. Yeah, but don't you think that's like a beautiful blessing, like Charlie's saying, to love in that way where you expect others to also love in that way, and it's not a flaw, it's definitely a blessing, because that means that you know how to love, right? I mean, we've been so confused about what love even is, because we've been so lied to about like the people that we thought were out there to take care of us, who are really doing the complete opposite. It's the 180-degree flip, so good that you can keep that, and it's hurtful to have to learn those lessons. I've been there. I've learned those lessons like too many times at this point. But yeah, what a beautiful thing to still have that in your heart. And I think that there's like this childlike innocence to loving in that way, where you kind of almost can't comprehend how somebody would do something in such a vulgar way or be so close-minded or unloving, because that doesn't resonate with some of us. Like, that's just not how we were built. And whenever I experience that, although it's like a difficult period to go through that situation, I keep bringing myself back to the good job. Like, good job that was confusing for you, because that means that you were on a different path than that person is. And that's a good thing. Like, it's a good thing that you knew better, that you loved better, that you kind of understood it better.
Yeah. Yeah.
That childlike thing that Charlie talks about, like getting back to being childlike.
Yeah. Childlike instead of childish. Childish would be whining, making it for them, but childlike is sincerely like, oh, okay, that's how we operate now. So it's like, I kind of go, oh, okay. Thought I was safe there. And I see it in my children too. Like, if the energy goes off, they're a little surprised. They're like, oh, okay. Something's not right here. Yeah, but this is part of what we're doing. Ichabod's saying it's the ego that gets offended or hurt. Yeah. I mean, I would agree with that, but I also feel like there's been a lot of bypassing I did based on that, like, oh, that's just my ego. When really it's like, okay, this was a relationship that I was invested in, and now it's changing. And love changes form. Love does. It changes form, and that's all a part of it. But it's big stuff, guys. It's big stuff. It's immense, as our brother Aaron likes to say. It's immense. Hey, Barbara.
Hi. Finally.
How's everybody doing? Who wants to share now? Let's see. Who's up? Barbara, go ahead. How are you, honey?
Oh, I'm good. Thanks for the picture.
You're welcome.
I didn't hear everything you just said because I was struggling to get in here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, well, this is great. You just 1, 2, 3. You left.
Yeah, we took a 1, 2, 3 switch. Here we are. My kids are
Great.
learning flexibility.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I'm working again, and well, I do the best I can, and but it looks good. It's getting better and better. Everything comes up now. I feel like how do you say that, the drain the swamp. So that's how I feel. It's cleaning up the mess already. Here in Austria, everything comes up, and that looks good.
You mean like flowers and plants and stuff?
No, I think like dirt comes up from the ground.
Okay.
You know, like our I don't know, how do we call it, our Chancellor. He's really dirty, and people don't like him anymore. And now it's coming to show. So that's good. It's good. Well, flowers are here all over.
Well, that's what they're saying. I mean, every lie will be revealed. And we're seeing it in our own lives. And that's what we're showing. Like, okay, this was a lie. This interaction, this community was built on sand. Like Justin was saying, he's building it on rock. And a lot of us have built relationships on sand. That's just that's what this time is about. It's a real shit show in the best possible way.
Yeah. You know, last week I was really upset because I found out that my daughter already got vaccinated, and she didn't tell me. I mean, we were so close. We were really close. And ever since COVID, she doesn't like me anymore because I'm different. But I was really upset because she didn't tell me. She already got vaccinated in March, and last week I found out. And then I thought, okay, God, I give it up to you. It's not in my ability. I cannot do anything about it. And I let it go, like you said. Let it go, let it go. It's not, it's my daughter, but it's not, it's her life. It's her life, it's her decision. I know what I do. I'm happy to be in this family here. You're my family now. I have good friends, a few good friends, and that's what helps me to keep up. And nature, going out in nature every day when I can, that helps me a lot. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. We're all learning how to do this, just to allow.
Yeah.
Just to allow and not to get all taken on these weird mental trips with it all. There's so much freedom in that.
Yeah.
So much freedom in that, of thinking that we know what's better for somebody, even though we think we do. It's like, all right, well, that's their journey.
Yeah.
Deep breaths and just focus on yours. And I think that's what I'm getting better and better at too. It's like, if it's not about me and my relationship, or it's not about that, it's about, how am I parenting? How am I allowing my daughter to have her pain, to have her sadness, or am I trying to fluff it up? That's been a big one for me too. Like, can I just let her be upset that she's in a new environment? Because it's upsetting. And it's different, and she's adjusting, and these are life lessons. Yesterday she said to me, I don't know why it's so hard for me. I said, it's because you're getting older. As you get a little bit older, I think you become more aware of some of the, all the other things. So come on, Peggy, jump in here, honey.
Okay. Hi. Wow. life is definitely a whirlwind, and it's getting really, really busy, and it's amazing. I mean, I can go in so many different directions right now, but I think connection is what is truly what I'm hearing in the community. And before I left the house today, just a lot had happened, and just a lot in my mind, and conversations with my husband. And I turned back around and I grabbed my journal, which I refer to a lot. And today is May 17th. So I flipped to the journal that I had journaled a year ago. And I just felt as though I wanted to share it, because it just kind of like, it's full circle. I mean, it's just like, it's definitely full circle. And so the journal entry, it's not that long. So the journal is called Sorrow to Joy. Not that, I don't know, I guess we can find sorrow in leaving not leaving, but disconnecting from the ones that we love. And I think that can be truly sorrowful for each and every one of us. But that's the hardest part. And we all know that, we all know that it's very difficult. But when you're tenacious for truth and you love them and you want them to know the truth because that's best for them, it's best for their soul, you just want that for your family. And we're persecuted most. And I'm speaking about my immediate family, my daughters, which are 20 and 21, and my husband. And so I guess there is sorrow there, but going to joy. So the entry is, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. My bravest are those who anticipate the morning and feel in the night of sorrow that underlying the joy is capitalized, that tells of confident expectations of the morning. So that was the entry, or what was written in the journal. And then what I wrote a year ago today: when I rest, or before I go to sleep, I often think I am going to wake up and turn it all off, but I can't. I cannot walk away. I become even more connected. I made mistakes along the way, but I will be okay. Perhaps I need to walk away for a moment just to breathe and relax. Need to be connected with people. I feel the need to be productive. So it's the connection with the people, and that will bring the light, and we will shine through ourselves. Sorry, I'm at a customer's house. We will shine through ourselves. I mean, we will be the testimony, because we will be the ones that are walking in the way. And when we do that, and when our loved ones experience that, even though we can't bring them to the light by having them experience what we're experiencing because we're freaky, it's just going to happen. And I had this conversation with Wanda in our group chat this weekend. And so the connection is happening in Michigan, and I'm really excited. I started the Great Lakes region group chat. So there's a link, and I shared it with Marie. So hopefully she can post it on this video, and then my email as well. And it's happening. I mean, I've gotten, ever since Justin on Thursday, I received 3 or 4 emails, and I don't know, maybe 9 or 10 people on the Great Lakes chat. And I've connected with 2 people in Michigan, one on Saturday, and then, that I met with Laura a couple of weeks ago. And the embrace, I mean, when Marie was talking about Charlie embracing her, that embrace is just so it's such a heartthrob. It's just, it's the inner peace within. And there's no judgment. We can be so transparent with one another. And the understanding of each other is just like, it's immense. It's just like, there's no judgment, just to be truthful and honest and know that we're all in the same light. We're all on the same path. We're all gonna, walk the talk, and the light's just going to shine from within us. And that's what's going to radiate others to us. And that's all we can do with our families. And just, have hopium for them, because we know we're on the right path. So yeah, thank you.
Beautiful, Peggy. I want to come up there maybe in summer, at end of summer or fall or sometime this year. I'd like to come up. And my family was actually telling me that in June, they're lifting all of the COVID restrictions, June 2nd in Ohio. So that's something.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
So our governor actually lifted the mask mandate, but I think there's restrictions. I didn't really look into it. I just heard that there's restrictions, that it's lifting the mask mandate if you have a vaccine. So whatever that means, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of, I don't know, but yeah. So
don't you want how it all goes?
So, I am planning a end of summer event at my home, and it would be like a camp out event. We have large enough property where we can put tents and have campfires, and pretty much kind of like in Michigan. So whatever happens. But I do have the area and the space, and it would be really kind of cool. And we can do whatever works for all of us. So I'm just preparing. I'm preparing Mother Earth, and that's where I have my hands. I'm grounded in just taking care of my yard and just getting ready.
Get ready.
Just
build and they will come.
Yep, exactly.
I get nervous. I get so many people every day writing, going, "Hey, I want to come to Mexico," and I'm like, "Great." We're getting there, but if you show up, we'll find it. We have places for tents too, where we are this summer, and we'll take a field trip down to Puerto, and it's all good. So if you feel called to come down right now, just come and we'll sort it out. It's a very new way of doing things, Peggy, and all of you, for me, because I've been a lot of strategy and logic, a lot of that energy of, okay, so we'll have this and and I'm really Colleen was telling me we're just gonna let get into this frequency, right? No pun intended. Just to get into that frequency and trust, and it's happening. It's happening. It's just a very different way of operating. God's way feels very different than the way that we've been made to do things. Mm-hmm. That's been my experience as I'm unplugging more and more, especially business-wise. This has been so ginormous for me. I can't explain it. I'm really here to heal. Space. I need to get away from a lot of people. I just want to write and read and breathe and bend and drink juice and chillax, Yeah.
It's kind of have no thought, but have a plan, and whatever works. I mean, just don't have any, don't anticipate anything beyond the present. I had a great conversation on Friday about that. And it's just, there's no anticipation. So it's okay, an event at my house, tents, fire. Okay, let's do it. Looking forward, Stephanie's having an event on May 29th in Grand Rapids. So yeah. So it's happening. I mean, people have reached out to me, and they're going to come, and I'm just save the date, and, we'll get back with you, so, and there's going to be children there. I'm so excited. I can't wait to be around young children again. I just love them. And it's been a year. I mean, it's been such a long time, and children and animals and elderly, and, it's just, that's our world, and it's so exciting. It's Beautiful. Just so fascinating. It's so fascinating. So
beautiful.
All right, I'll give someone else a chance to share.
Thanks,
it was an amazing weekend. There was a lot happened, but it's where we're at right now, and it's what I'm hearing is the connection. So I love you all so much. Safe travels, safe journey. Stay connected.
We love you.
Love you.
I love you. It's really nourishing. Even in the yoga class this morning, it was like, just having the energy. A couple of the cats were like, gosh, it's so much easier when we're doing this together. And it's true. It's like, I can do it by myself in my room, and then I do it and it's fine. I know, those of you who practice, that. But wow, when there's a group and there's like an instructor, and Danny was like, burr, burr, and there was like music, and it was like super fun. So yeah, a community aspect and connection is really nurturing, really nurturing. Hey, Sarah, who wants to pop in? Okay, come on, Sabina.
I might, because I've got to go. I'm going to go, so I might.
Any Sabina, Sarah.
Connections. I've just connected with a couple of Freak family members. So we had a weekend together. Not this one just gone, the one before. And this last weekend I went to Spain. I'm going to go to Spain each weekend. Met Julia. She's just so like me. It's so nice to have someone to talk to, and she's a teacher of older children, so that's also a really good thing. That means we can strategize about a school and a system, but it's just nice to have that connection with someone you can talk to about anything. It's amazing. And also over the last week, I've lost a few connections with family, and I've made the decision not to go chasing people to keep in touch anymore. They can find me. Yes. I'm done with that now. So yeah, some may go, but that's life. Yeah. And I'm just going to concentrate on what brings joy now in every moment. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to say. But this connection we've made, now that we have a wee Freak family here, it's wonderful. I'm really, it's made a whole lot of difference to both of our lives, I guess, because we've got people to talk to now. So it's nice, yeah. And less than an hour away, so it's cool. And it's hot. Summer's arrived. We had 37 the other day, so it's getting really good.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I feel you. It's wonderful to have friends talk to. It's like,
it is.
Woo, we're free. It's like, woohoo. It's like, just like just everything,
Yeah.
And just the comfort.
Everything. Yeah. I had a lunch with a good friend a couple of weeks ago, and I don't say anything to anybody unless they ask. And so she was asking, and I was just telling about what I've been watching, listening to, catching up on. And I just watched the Freemason thing, and I was about halfway through the Hitler thing, and she was kind of interested. So I said, oh, I'll send it to you. And left it at that. Didn't really think much of it. And she left a message on my phone saying, you're looking really good, and your life's turned around, and everything's really good, but this whole crazy conspiracy theory thing, I don't get you. It's not my truth, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. Okay. And I can tell she probably never even watched anything I sent her anyway. So that just kind of solidified in my mind that I'm going to keep quiet. I'm not going to say anything to anybody unless I know where they're coming from. There's just no point. There is no point. Wasted
I think
energy.
there's something there. It's beautiful, Penny. That's how I felt in terms of the training. Like I just wanted to protect my energy. Like I keep throwing it out there. I keep putting it out there. And it's like, no, you got to earn this. This is a blessing and a privilege and a fucking honor. And if you don't see it that way, then that's on you. And I'm sorry for you, and I love you, but good luck with that, because I'm going all the way, and you're not going to stop me. And all of this stuff and all of these people and all of this like crazy mentality. My daughter says to me, Mommy, but I don't understand. Like, why don't they get that? She's like, I just don't get it. I told her they're brainwashed. She's like, oh. It's so much fun to talk to a 7-year-old about this stuff because she so gets it. We were reading a children's Bible study, like Bible book, and it was like the story of Genesis and like the Adam and Eve and eating the fruit and the separation. She's like, oh, so that's what happened. Like she totally got it. I'm like, I'm so happy for her. She's 7. She gets it, and we're learning this now. We're learning this now. People love the separation. They don't even realize what's happened here. They just like want to be there. conspiracy theory. Good luck with that because it's coming. I don't know when. I wish it came yesterday, but you know what? It is happening. There's a lot of stuff happening. It's just, this is such a big movement. It's such a big deal. What's happening? I'm proud of you, Penny. Yeah, I know the feeling of like, I had that with someone super close to me too that was a part, and it was like I was sharing all the stuff because she loved it. She was like, "Tell me more." She would like pull me aside at these events. She'd be like, "So what's going on? What do you?" And so I thought we were like in it, and boom, boom, boom. The next thing, the first minute was Hitler's a good one. Hitler pisses everybody off. It's just like that one, just like. But again, can you just hear it? Can you just listen? When did we think that like we were done? Well, I have a college education, so I'm done learning. I don't listen to, different kinds of lectures or information. And if I listen to it, then somehow if I listen to it, I'll get tainted and I'll be like, a bad person because I considered another alternative, history.
Yeah.
That's the scary part for me is like, we can't even consider.
I told my daughter I was a flat earther and she's a scientist. So I'm just waiting for the backlash on that one. I distracted her so she couldn't comment at the time. We couldn't discuss it. I just left her knowing that that's what I believe. And I just asked her to respect my beliefs and nothing else was said. So I'm interested to see what she comes back with on that one. But my daughter, she'll be okay. But I had a bit of a shock from my sister this morning. My sister was a bit weird and so yeah, I don't want to break any of those ties, but
Penny, I would say, I would clarify, you don't believe that, you know that, like really own it. You know that we need to get away from beliefs, be lies. We don't believe,
exactly.
we know. Just wanted to say that.
Yeah, you're right. And Julia said, don't call it flat earth, call it level earth. It's something that might be easier to take. So I've got to keep that in mind as well. So yeah, but it's things are good. And as we all know, it comes when you're ready and the magnetism works wonders to bring people into your life. So yeah. But I have to go. I'll watch this later on. I'll watch the rest of it. I'm just so glad that you're settled in Mexico and everything's working out for you. And I just can't wait to get there. And yeah,
It's
I'll
good.
catch you all next week. So it was nice to be here and love you guys so much.
Love you, Penny. Bye for now. You're doing great. Superstar.
Thanks.
You guys are superstars, all of you. It's a lot. I think it was Sabina. Now unmute yourself, honey. Where'd she go? Oh, there she is.
Can you hear me now? Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello. So nice to see all your beautiful faces. And I also have to leave early because I'm homeschooling my son. And now I have to get up at 6 o'clock. This Monday is always the craziest day, but it's worth getting up early just to be in this call and be in this space with all you beautiful, precious beings. And I want to quickly add something to your share, Marie, your very vulnerable share earlier. And I actually recently listened to a few of the Everything Under the Sun and some of the other podcasts. And these are actually not easy conversations to hold. So I want to really acknowledge you, Marie, for actually putting yourself out there and for really holding the space for such a conversation and putting your name to it. This is actually like you're putting yourself into the fire, really. And same thing for you, Justin, also. These are actually, you both are trailblazers because you're paving the path then for others then to follow, and you give people space then, to open up their voices. But you're really, the new leaders that the earth needs right now. So I want to acknowledge both of you because I've been listening to Charlie since July, and then somehow I came across Marie, and then recently I listened to a few of Justin's. And this is such amazing information that the world needs right now more than ever. So really, this is about you. I want you to, I know you know that, but really owning your power, because you're both two powerful beings. Yeah. So I want to acknowledge you big time here. And I also want to share, recently I went to a freedom gathering. It was at the border of Massachusetts. And I had a really deep conversation with a man, a Jewish man from a traditional Jewish family. And we got in this conversation about this. I'm from Germany. So he shared with me that he always was attracted to Germany. Even he had such a negative feeling towards Germany and what happened being Jewish. And he always had this amazing, connection to German people. They were so loving and open, and there was such amazing art and music and poetry and literature coming from Germany. So he was really intrigued. So he actually went deep into the history. And he said what he found was shocking, because he realized this is not what they say it is. So he shared with me multiple things that actually Charlie also shared on that podcast, Everything Under the Sun. So it's not just the freak sense communities. In other areas of the world, people are waking up to the truth. And I think more and more as the truth is being revealed, people will come around. And maybe the people attacking you now, Marie, some of them might come around because you paved the path and you were the one who had the courage and the strength to put yourself into the fire. So this is actually such a deep conversation I had with this man, and it just crystallized. It's not just the freak sense people, it's like there's other people who are waking up and who are really doing the research. And I come from Germany, but I can't have this conversation with anyone in my German family, because I've been the black sheep of the family and no one listens to me. They all think I'm insane just because of my eating habits and the fasting. And I kind of distant from them. But if I had a conversation, I don't know how that would go. I'd probably get, dismissed from the whole clan. Yeah. I just want to say thank you. And, all of you for being part in these conversations, because that's just not easy. Yeah. And I decided just to open myself, whatever, shows up. And be receptive to knowing we've been lied to. And it's, my son is 13 and he's being very programmed by his father, who lives totally in the matrix, very fear-based. And so he shares with him about history, and it reinforces that. So I'm trying to give you a little bit, some pieces of truth. But he said, I don't want to hear it, Mom. I got the book from my dad. I know what the history is. He's very not open to this. And it's very shocking to see, because he was until 11 and a half. He was an amazing, free-spirited child. And now I see the program, especially since 2020, the program is so heavy that my child is suddenly steeped in fear. And everything I share with him has to do with health or freedom. He doesn't want to hear, he walks away. He says, I don't want to hear this. Like he almost closes himself off from the truth. So this is kind of, he's my biggest trigger right now. He used to be my greatest ally. So this is the challenging I'm facing as a mother.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we're all holding you, Sabina. We know you have your work cut out for you. We love you. I'm sure maybe someone else has some feedback for you, but I would just hold the vision. This is transitional. We'll get there. I think that to be 13 these days. And we were talking about even baby Dante, like his whole life has been people wearing masks, like he's never been inside a store. So, the children are going through things that are, and as a mother, it's only natural that you want to take that from him and change it and share with him the good news, But hold the vision and let him have his journey right now. I think that's what I'm learning too as a mom. It's big stuff. And thank you for the acknowledgement.
Yes.
I don't think about these things. That's part of my naivete. I should probably think about, I'm just curious. I'm like, well, tell us about Hitler. And then the next thing I know, I'm like, wait. And then all of the people's reactions to that is very interesting. I don't know if Justin wants to chime in on that, but I just feel like this is what we do. Like I felt very called to do it and I just did it, try not to think about it. But thank you for acknowledging me, because sometimes I do question myself.
Yeah, thank you, Sabina. I really appreciate it. And you know, it really is it, it 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 blows me away, like how much all of this has just come together. And the less that I try to like do anything, it all just flows right in front of me, and I just get to be, I just get to be, I just get to wake up every day and I get to be, and I'm just led to that exact perfect space and to get to shine powerfully. And I've never wanted to do anything else in my life, and I get to do exactly that. And how amazing, how incredible, how beautiful, how perfect, how God is so good. God is so good. Wow. So thank you for the acknowledgement, Sabina. But I will pass it along. I'll pass it along to that true source of where it comes from, because it's not me. I'm just a channel. I'm just a conduit, and I'm so honored to be that. I'm so honored to stand in that space.
Beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful.
I have to go now, but I want to say bye to everyone. I love you all and enjoy this beautiful day. Tune into joy, beauty, and magic. It's all around us and within us.
Thank you. Bye, Sabina. It's true. Just following directions. Showed up today. What you got today? Wait, what are we doing today? Are you sure? Woo.
When we finally show up in the presence, we just get to be, live in the now, and really remember what we're here to do, because it's the energy that we're shifting into. It's the whole energy shift that we're going away from that we don't like, finding this new energy that we reciprocate with. And that's the connection with God. And every time we look back, turn into a pillar of salt. So it is this transitional period that we're going through right now that's super critical to remind ourselves, you know, what energy do we want to be in? And that's going to surround ourselves with the energy. We're going to attract that energy that we are. So as we're shifting away from the old, which everything matters in the old, they got us consuming everything. So we have all this matter and it all matters. But in all actuality, none of it matters, as we're seeing. This all should be able to go away. The houses, the cars, the material stuff, the clothes, the shoe, I mean, everything, because nothing matters. And what are we left with? Ourselves and the connection with God. And that's what we really got to remind ourselves, that we are walking down this path where, as Justin said earlier, I love everybody here. I'm so glad and grateful that everybody's along this journey and being present and showing up. But when this camera turns off, I'm just here by myself with connection with God. And what do I do after the camera turns off? You know, on the break last week, hopefully a lot of people got a break from all the videos, not just Charlie's, not just Justin's, not just Marie's. It actually took a break and reflected and had some time with themselves and really put into play with all the gnosis that we're teaching and that we're learning and that we're passing along. Because all this doesn't matter. What matters is the connection with God and how we serve him and how we could be of service for his children. So as we go through here, it is a different way of thinking, that it's everything against what they programmed us to like. They programmed us into be consumers. You could see by all the big box stores, and I lived in Vegas, and the big casinos and the flashy cars, and it's just, we're consumers. But God didn't make us a consumer. We're not debtors. We're creators. So we could be a creation of our reality, creation of our energy, creation of everything. But we have to disconnect from the other. And I think that's where a lot of people are somehow wanting to bring a lot of the old stuff that matters, which it doesn't, along with them now. And we really got to lose everything, go back to that 0 point, so we could have our own eucatastrophe. So we know what it is to have nothing. So then we could build everything back up in the new relationship, with the new connection with God. And that's truly where it's at, because he will never leave us. He never has. As Josh said with Marie, we left him. We left him. And all he wants is he wants us back. And all the other stuff that's outside of that, it's all matter. It's all left hemisphere of our brain. And it's just material stuff that doesn't matter. So I love you guys so much.
Wow. It's beautiful, Erin. Right? Nothing matters.
But we could have fun doing it.
It again?
We could have fun doing it though.
Oh yeah. We're gonna have so much fun. We are having so much fun.
Yeah, it's that recognition that nothing truly matters, and then you get to make everything that you want matter. In the sense that we get to pour our creative essence into the spaces that we want without the attachment or any sort of bringing down. There's nothing that can bring me down from this being and doing. I just get to pour into the essence however I wish, and that's the true creative flow. So everything matters, nothing matters. It's all one and the same. But it's this beautiful game that we play, and as long as we view it as that game and don't take it too seriously, then it can't ever bog us down, and we just get to step into it.
With the right perception, exactly.
Mhm.
I agree. The hardest thing I've learned is letting go and let God. The hardest. I feel like I've been training for this for years. So I've got a physical body that doesn't work. So I am envious of all of you people that can just take off and go. I can't go with the flow because I have to think about every step I take. But so that's the hardest part. Being I have the head and not the physical body to go with it. That's a tough one. But I've been doing this for so many years that I know I should know by now. So your words mean everything to me, all you guys. Just saying. Just saying. You keep me sane because I'm alone all the time. I still get the community. And sadly, there's no one around here. I'm trying. I hate it when I can't control my crying. Anyway, I've traveled across the country to meet my dog friends I met online, so I may have to. I'll go to Michigan and meet up with everybody if I have to. I don't care. Sorry.
Oh, good. I like tears.
Oh, that's good. My family says if she's breathing, she's crying. I'm like, that's my deal. So
But I have
anyway,
I need that.
Tears are what are the fourth kidney?
I need that.
You're filtering.
Oh God, yeah. I'm working so hard at trying to get my physical body healthy. Oh God, it's not easy. And I've been the truther for 20 years about food, and I didn't know what I was doing. Clearly I've been doing it wrong, but I kept trying and trying and trying. And I think my family, because my handicap hasn't improved, they're like, well, what does she know? You know what I mean? It's like she keeps trying, but I'm not really improving yet. I will. I just found Dr. Morrison in March, and this acidity's got to go. You know, figuring that all out was like finally. I think I finally found the answer. So, me and juicing. Yep, we're juicing.
Oh,
Drinking the juices as disgusting as our produce is in Adirondack region of New York. Oh my God. I just spent an hour cleaning oranges and grapefruits because, you know, baking soda, vinegar. I'm like, I will do anything to get these clean and keep myself. Everybody thinks I'm crazy and I don't care. I'm like, I am going to juice and I'm going to do everything I can. So anyway, I babble. I just
Feel
babble.
free to reach out, Kathleen. We have a lot of experience. There's a lot of us that have been juice feasting for a while. So please reach out.
Oh, I've been trying. There's so many, and that's the hard part about the community is like the only contact I have is like typing and my hands suck. It takes me forever to email people and to write. It's like there's so many people I want to talk to. Maybe I'll have to start trying to do some voice things. I'm just like, I have so much to say and my hands just don't work. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if you're in the Telegram
I know I keep
alkalinity.
wanting to do your Telegram thing, and that's at nighttime, and I'm like, that never works out. And I'm like,
Well, no, there's an actual group that's specifically geared around alkalinity and juicing and all that good
Okay.
stuff. So, and you can join that, and then within Telegram, there's a voice feature to where you can just record messages instead of typing
Okay.
it out.
Good, I'll
So
do
that
that. I'm
might
like,
be a good
everyone's
option.
gonna get sick of hearing from me. She's gonna leave voice messages.
No,
Oh God.
but
Yeah.
that might be a good option. Just do you want me to send that to you, or?
Yes, just send that to me however you want.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Messenger, email, I don't care.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Facebook. Yeah, I'll send it over to you there.
yeah, that's it. So be grateful for your limbs all working that you can go with the flow. Just saying, I'm envious of that. Because
Well,
if I could pick up tomorrow, yeah.
don't roll yourself out. We're
Well,
gonna
I'm
get
not.
you
I
there.
can't
We're gonna
wait.
get you there.
Yeah,
We're
we'll
gonna
get you there.
I'm kind of hoping for med bed so I can start faster. Because if I put
This,
my knowledge in a body that works, oh, look out, people. I keep telling my husband that. I'm like, see ya, we're gone. I'm just like, it's going to be a different life. I hope. I don't know. If not, at least I know now that I can do it. It's just going to take me longer. I'd like the shortcut, but yeah, I will. Thank you, Justin.
Never underestimate the powers of juice.
Oh, I
And-
know. I keep trying. I'm fighting bugs or parasites or whatever. I've been working on getting them out. I got some nasty stuff out. I love
Good.
listening to Casey. He's hilarious. I was listening to him when we were both doing medical medium and he lost me when he switched back to high fat and carnivore. I'm like, oh, come on, Casey, don't go there. And I lost him for a little while. Then when he mentioned, I think Josh X said, or no, it was Ember who said, vegetable police. I'm like, oh my God, he came around again. Good. I forgot where I was going. Oh my God. Yeah, I've been trying. So I'm trying to get, I clearly think I have candida issues because there's no reason to have cravings at all. And I struggle with that because I got my husband to switch to medical medium and he eats potatoes. Oh, potatoes is my downfall now. And I'm like, oh, so it's like him cooking and eating potatoes and me making potatoes for him. It's like, I should be able to do that without having a craving. So I know there's something else inside that's screaming for that food because I try to juice. It's expensive. I can't afford to juice all day long. I just can't do it. I can't. But I drink probably 3 to 4 liters a day. I try.
That's
and
plenty.
Any other food is just fresh fruit. You know what I mean? I can't do I haven't been able to do full days of all juicing. I could do it. I've done days of it, but I haven't been able to do consecutive days. It's probably $20-$30 a day for juice. I can't do it. So I do the best I can. I'm doing as many juices as I can and then just eating fruit. I'm eating berries and cantaloupe. That's it. That's all I eat, fruit and my juice. So just doing what I can, and giving it up to God to take care of the rest. That's hard to do. That is very hard to do. Learning.
Remember, you're exactly where you're supposed to be and you're doing amazing. So be gentle with yourself.
So if I have a slip, I'm trying to be nice to myself and say, it's not you, it's something else. Let's work on that and move forward and not beat myself up. I feel like I was like, if you get on a roll, it's like, oh my God, I've had 7 days without doing, without being bad or cheating or whatever. And it's like, I had a bite of a potato, damn it. So it's like, I feel like an alcoholic who fell off the wagon. I'm like, now I got to start all over again. So it's like, I've got to get out of that counting days mentality of like, I've done 10 in a row or whatever. Cause I did 600 days of celery juice before finding Dr. Morse. And it was like, you kind of just get wrapped up in it. And it's like the number game must be, the obsession of it and just give it up. Is it really working? I had to take a step back and just say, really, are you improving? No, all right, give it up. But it's hard to change because I've changed diets so many times because I feel like I'm not a yo-yo dieter, but I was always, I'd give 2 years to something. It's like, really, I've got to do a complete 180 again and switch it. And because we went from a keto with a lot of vegetable, but keto and high fat to finding medical medium overnight, completely cut out coffee, cut out every kind of meat, went completely vegan, did that over. I'm that person. My husband took a couple months because he can't do, I'm like, I'll do it tomorrow. And I did, but then that was the wrong thing. And it's like, when I found out more, so I'm like, oh my God, I got to change again. And it's, what is the final truth? I want the final answer. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. But this changing up and stuff, I feel like this is finally the last way of doing things. And I'm like, I never understood why I could water fast. I did 7 to 9 day water fast. It's like, it was when I started eating, I couldn't control what I was eating. Like, it's like, once I had food again, it's like, oh my God, then you'd pig out again. And it's like, oh, it's this constant battle. My whole life's been a battle with food. And I know my issues around it and why I ate what I did. And what I know the answers to all of that. I just trying to, break the habit is the hardest part. I'm trying. And I know everybody else is too. It's hard for everyone. It's not just me. So anyway, I
Thank you
keep
for sharing.
babbling. I do this. Sorry.
Thank you
Give
for
someone
sharing.
else a chance.
Thank you.
For listening.
We're here. We like to
I
listen.
think my husband loves it too, because he's like, oh, someone's listening to her talk. She won't say so much to me when I get. He's the only person that has to. It's like he's the only person. My poor dogs have to listen to me, but whatever. So, well, I'll let someone else share. Thank you for listening.
Guess what's coming through for me is just, more prayer and sitting. I'm sure Alan might have something to say about this too. Just sitting and giving it up. Just giving the hardness of it, giving the difficulty, giving the pain. I think I've noticed my scars. Like 9 months ago, I almost died, by the way. I had an emergency
I
surgery
know.
in my ovary, and it's a whole other story, but it's just because of toxicity and acidosis. And so all of us coming to this gnosis is really, it's a process, because I'm like, wow, had I have known that, because I was in the medical medium and the whole thing, but it's we've got to accept the fact that we didn't know, and then just now do the work and be grateful that we know, and practice, all of the excursions and all of the pain and all the anger and all the frustration that we are in our 40s, some of us, and just now learning how to take care of our bodies. We just didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And actively, we've been told the opposite of it. And actively, there's been this whole movement to try and trick us into this. And that's why I think so many of us are really doing the work now, because now we know. And it's like we were always saying 100 times, like, once you know better, you just do better. And give it time, give it to God. It's so much easier if we go that route. It is really hard to do it on your own. I wouldn't advise it. Wouldn't do anything by myself anymore. The Course of Miracles make no decision on your own. I like that one.
Sometimes I think, Marie, too, we try and do too many things at once. We need to kind of start trying to do one thing at a time, so that when we don't, if you got 5 or 6 things you have to do and you fail on 2 or 3, then you beat yourself up. Whereas if you do one thing at a time over a period of time and then add to that, you end up more successful.
Beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful. That's such good advice. Right on. Right on. Who wants to share? Sarah, Kazri, Shelley, if you've got more to say. Barb.
I'll jump in if nobody else wants. Hey guys, I feel like it's been a while since I've talked on here. Last week or the week before I just listened, but yeah, I just wanted to, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make the show because we had an appointment. Patty's here too, by the way. She's hi all hanging out. we just jumped on, and yeah, it's been a crazy week of just like I've just been getting rid of all my stuff, and really excited to be coming down to Mexico to see the family and getting out of Canada. It's really cold here today too, so I'm like cuddled under a blanket and just like I just can't wait to be where it's warm. But yeah, this week we've been having fires on the beach and at sunset, and I had like I was going through all my stuff, and I had all these journals that I've kept over the years of like, being in addiction and stuff. And I kind of like read a couple of pages of one, and it was so dark, and the feelings that I was in at the time. So, and I was going to get my mom to like store this stuff at her house. I had all my high school transcripts and all my like my report cards and certificates and all that stuff. And I'm like, I'm just going to burn this stuff. Like, I'm never going to go back to school. Like, what do I need my transcripts for? And my, so, I mean, I just graduated high school like 3 years ago too, because I was missing a couple credits. So I had to go back so I could get this corporate job. Right. So, yeah, so we went down to the beach, and I like ripped all the pages out of these journals, and I was just burned it at sunset. Wow. And it felt so good. Like, I'm like, why do I want to hold on to that stuff? Like, I feel like it's energy on paper when you're in that place and you're writing out your feelings, and it's so dark. And like a couple pages I read, I didn't even remember that stuff happening. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't want to keep this stuff. So it felt really good to do that. We went and hung out down there and just burned. And it's, of course, all the signs say no fires, right? But nobody showed up and told us otherwise, which is something that I've been noticing a lot lately. Like here in Canada, we've got, especially in BC, everything is like so tightened up. And here in Vancouver, they're saying no non-essential travel. They've got I went and saw my dad. I've kind of been traveling around the province, like saying goodbye to as many family as I can, just giving hugs. And it's just been quick visits. But my dad almost didn't want to come see me because he would have had to drive, like it's a couple hour drive. We were going to meet in the middle. And he's like, oh, well, on the news, they say that there's roadblocks and police are stopping people and, you know, asking them if their travel is essential. And you have a choice of getting a fine, like if you want to go through. And he's like, I can't afford a fine. And I'm like, Dad, I really don't think that they're there. And he's like, well, it's on the news. Like they said they're going to be there. So I know I'm going to see them. Anyway, so we meet at Manning Park and he didn't see, we both had the highway to ourselves the whole way there. Like not, I didn't even see a cop. And I kind of had this realization that like, for those of us that have the eyes to see, the world is actually opening up. I booked a ticket to Mexico City and I was never questioned by the airline if it's essential. You know, and like, there's no, I took a ferry yesterday to the island to go see my sister and all the signs say essential travel only, but not one ferry person asked me if my travel was essential. So it's like, but the people that are watching the news are like, to them, the world is closing up. It's closing up and it's getting more terrifying and more tyrannical. And to us that want to be free, you can be free. Like you can be free and go where you want to go. You just have to go do it and realize that nobody's going to stop you. So it's been kind of an eye-opening experience, you know, and everything since I booked the ticket has just been flowing into place. Like I was going to wait until I had this vet appointment before I booked it to make sure I could bring my dog. Cause I'm like, I'm not leaving. I didn't want to leave her. And then something in me was just like, I was like, up all night and it was just like, book the ticket, just book the ticket. So I woke up the next morning and booked it without having a vet appointment, like without having any of my ducks in a row, and everything has just flown. Like the perfect vet fell on our lap. We got everything done that we needed to do. It's like everything's become so easy and now I can just relax. Like I've seen the people that I want to see. My dad's got some of his friends calling me, trying to talk me out of it because everybody thinks everybody that watches the news thinks Mexico is like the most dangerous place to be right now. And I'm like, I think Canada's the most dangerous place to be right now. You know? Yeah. So yeah, that's just been my week. And I just wanted to pop on and like say hi to everybody. I miss talking to you guys and I'm so excited to get to do more and just be down there. And yeah, the Reiki training. Exactly, Shelly. I'm doing Reiki training with Shelly. Me and Patty both, and it's amazing. We're learning so much, and it works. Like it's just when you're in that flow, and like you're breathing, and you just trust that God's gonna. Oh yeah, look at how beautiful that is.
So dangerous.
Wow. So dangerous, right? Like
Watch out. Super dangerous. I mean to interrupt, but here. So dangerous. There's someone mowing the lawn right now. Super dangerous. Let me see if you can see down. Can you see the pool? No?
Oh my gosh. Wow. Look at all that green space to like run around in.
And all the way back there, there's like mangoes falling on trees. They go out every morning, pick the mangoes.
Oh, perfect. Oh my
down a little bit more. Let's see who's around. Look
That's a gorgeous spot you have. Oh,
wow.
Oh my gosh.
Anybody around?
No.
Hi, hey there. Didn't mean to cut you off, Sarah. Wait, am I going? Hi.
No, you didn't.
I wanted Team Honey to say hi. Hold on,
Team Honey. Part of Team Honey's coming up in a bit.
Why is okay? Why did my computer just do this? What is going on here? Okay. Here's the yoga space here. Let me just give them a little. It's kind of, you know, rudimentary, but it works. There's one of Team Honey.
Oh my God, Team Honey.
One of Team Honey's awesome, you guys.
Yeah.
Team Honey is so awesome. I'll show you the kitchen next time.
Yeah, I've been talking with Kira and like, I just can't wait to see you guys. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's just funny when you said it was dangerous. I was like, yeah, look at it.
Well, and it's so weird because like I've literally I was walking my dog in the forest 2 days ago and this lady was talking to us and I mentioned that we were going back to Mexico because my dog's a rescue from there. And she's like, oh no, like you better have gotten your COVID vaccine. And I just let her give me all this information. And because it's like, she's so sweet and I'm not going to get into these arguments with people about it. So I'm like, well, thank you. I appreciate your concern for my health and I'll look into that, you know, but yeah, everybody thinks it's seriously dangerous for me going down there. My family is extremely worried. My mom's not because she's met all you guys. And so she's excited. My sister's excited, but yeah, everybody's kind of freaked out. But yeah, it'll be good. That's been my week. It's been awesome.
Right on. Starting to flow. That's the thing. Where you put your intention, you put that I'm going to go in this direction, and then everything just kind of like works with you, and it's nurturing. It's that nurturing, loving energy. So good. It's and you were willing to do something out of the box. So way to go. Super dangerous. Be careful. Intention is everything. Thank you for sharing, Sarah. We're excited to have you down here. It's been really fun. We danced to Michael Jackson at night. It's fun. We have dance parties. My kids are staying up super late. They need to start going to bed earlier. It's all good. Oh, you can hear the music. They're going to come sing for us in a minute. Anybody else want to share before we pick it up? No? Alan?
You asked if I have any stories on just sitting, and I was just thinking of the story I shared on several Miracle Mondays ago, where I took a boat out, and then the wind and the wave carried me out so far away from shore that I probably won't be able to swim back. But instead of panicking, I just sat there and just like surrendered, and then I didn't panic, and help came. But I also wanted to share another story. Maybe like 3 years ago, several years ago, I was getting into fasting, and I would just sit there and listen to a bunch of information, just getting all this information from different sources on fasting. And then eventually I came across this video by Eric Dubay on 200 proofs that Earth is not a spinning ball. I didn't even get to 200 proofs. I didn't even get to 10 proofs, and I was already like, oh my God. What am I living on? I start telling people about it, like, the moon landing might not have been real, dinosaurs might not have been real. All these things like gravity. Hey, gravity might not exist. People started getting upset and thinking I was crazy. And at one point, I started questioning myself, right? Questioning my sanity. And then it got deeper and deeper, like the fruit diet and COVID-19 and Bill Gates' special serum. And when I got to like, hey, maybe Hitler was not really a bad guy, media is probably not giving us all the right information. That's when people really got pissed off, right? And I'm over here like still looking for truth. Like, what is truth? What is truth? And this is a little change of topic, but I've been looking into a lot of Japanese, old school Japanese writing called kanji. And I shared something on the previous Miraculous Monday on music, ongaku, the kanji letter for sound is om, which sounds like om. So I was like, oh yeah, I didn't really catch that. But then recently I've been looking into the kanji for love. And this is the kanji for love. It's I. In Japanese, love is I. And I've been looking into it because, in Miraculous Mondays, a lot of our topic is about love. And, love is real. I know Marie always says love is real. And as I was looking into this kanji, the history of this kanji, supposedly the alternate way of writing this is this way. And this is the kanji for truth. So I was just like, love is truth. Truth is love. It's like, oh my goodness. Like, what else? Like, I'm just like continue looking through Japanese writings to see if there's any more hints. And another hint, I would sometimes listen to Justin's podcast on deciphering music. And I've been into music a lot, right? Because music is medicine. And I try not to recommend too much pop music to people because there's like these these messages, and I don't know what kind of frequency or vibration that mainstream pop music is giving us. But recently I guess for some reason I've heard the song by Eminem, Lose Yourself. And then the first thing he says is, snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. So I was like, is this a hint? Is this a hint when we go into reality, there's no gravity? It's like, oh, wow.
Nice.
It's like, there's so much hints everywhere. We just got to sit down and just like take in the information. So that's all I have for today. I just want to thank you all and say love you all.
Love you, Alan. That was beautiful. Love is truth. And someone say to me, well, there's a lot of different truths. I'm like, no. Love is truth. Truth is love. Beautiful. Wow. Hi, Kasri. Kasri Love.
Hi. Hi, Marie. Hi, everyone. Hey. Marie, I'm just, your journey has been so, wow, just wow, like so powerful to just pick everything up and just go, like, listen to the call of your soul saying it's time to go and to go now. I did that 4 times as a single mom. My daughter was 3 the first time we did it. The last time she was 13. So over 10 years.
Wow. We
just packed everything up. We went from Prince Edward Island to Nova Scotia the first time and had to leave almost everything behind. And then Nova Scotia to Vancouver. And then Vancouver to Costa Rica.
Wow.
Then Costa Rica back to Canada. And every single time it was fast. And there was like, where's the money going to come from? I don't know. All I know is my soul is saying, you got to go. And it's time to go. And it was like this surrender, this trust. And it was always magical. And it was always beautiful. And everything always got better. And it always lined me up with where I needed to be at that time for the next stage of my growth. And I've always trusted it. And now I've been back in Canada for 12 years and on this island that I said I was never going to come back to. And here I am. And then I'm watching all of you get together and I'm seeing Team Honey. These are like my friends from my island. And they invited me to go to Costa Rica. I was supposed to go with them.
Oh, wow.
But they were really hoping I would go because, you know, I know the land, I speak some Spanish and we just were so connected. We had a beautiful connection around the truth and everything else. And I couldn't pull it off. And it was really strange. Like, why can't I pull this off? Like, look how many times I've pulled it off before, but I just couldn't. And I felt stuck and I felt like, and then I saw them like, oh my gosh, now they're with Marie. And it's like, oh my gosh, now they're with Charlie. Like, why am I not there? So I struggled with this last week. And finally I realized like, it's just not my time. My time right now, my journey is like, I don't even know where I'm going to go or when I'm going to be with Soul Family. I have some here, luckily. But my surrender right now is to surrender that I have no idea where I'm going to be, when or how, with who. And it right now it's this great big unknown. And the only journey, and I'm working with the wonderful Joel right now, who's helping me with this process. It's just the journey within. It's the healing journey. It's reclaiming my luminosity. It's just the inner journey. That's it. The more I can connect with that inner journey with my own soul, all of a sudden everything will start to line up. So part of me was saying like, nothing's lining up. Why is nothing lining up? Why am I still here? What's going on? And that was my mind. I was trying to create something that I'm not. Yeah, that's not where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be right here, right now, doing the inner work and being at peace with what is right now. Like there's no other place to be. There's just right here, right now, where I am. And so I've had to really process everything. Like, well, you know, what am I doing here? But it's all perfect, and I'm so. I'm watching all of you be together and it's just like, wow, it's just like so beautiful. It's so exciting. It's so beautiful to see the community is starting. So I'm vicariously watching it with such joy, like, wow, it's really, really happening. And it might be a couple of years before I get there or get somewhere, like, but maybe we'll create community here. Like, you know, there'll be lots of communities. So it's been a beautiful lesson for the past couple of days for me. Okay, I can just let go of all that. I I don't need to create a dream. The dream, my soul will tell me what the dream is. And my soul hasn't given me my mission yet. I don't know what my mission is. I have no idea. And it's like, okay, I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with it. So I'm just going to continue to do my inner healing work, and the mission will come. And I feel it's the same for all of us. We're all exactly where we need to be. There's no place to be. There's no place to go except within. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, all the material things are gone. We're on a plane and we're somewhere new, and we start fresh, and it's beautiful. So I've had to remind myself of that it's all perfect. It's all okay. And I'll just keep watching all of your journeys and seeing Sarah and Patricia head down there, and Justin and Aaron. Like, it's just like, wow, it's incredible. So thank all of you for like listening to your soul and making it all happen. Like, and we all just get to sit here and watch and celebrate. And then we still get to all connect here in the meantime. So that's just my share for now.
So beautiful. Kazri, I just want to say that, like, I just want you to know how much space you hold for everybody. I just really want you to know that. So, you know, it's similar with Kira too, that you guys don't know, like, if I'm texting you at night or whatever, that conversation is, how much that serves me. So I know that there's this, like, where am I going and what am I doing and how is this all going to unfold? And I want to be a part of it. And just to know that you're a really immense part of it and a really important part of it. There's that real motherly, grounded energy. And maybe that's why Spirit is keeping you where you are, because it's vibing out. And I feel it and I know it. And with these two here, you know, they're out. We're flying around, you know, so that we need that anchor. And you're definitely serving at a really high level. And all of you guys, even Kathleen said something, and, you know, Barbara, I know you're in a job, and people that like feel like you're stuck right now, just, I don't know what that is for you, but maybe there is something there just about anchoring this in a very energetic way for those of us that have to do the real physical moving can do so, at least in the present moment. So I hope that is somewhat useful, but I just want you to know how much I love you. And Kira, if you're watching too, I mean, seriously, there's something about that energy that's very, very healing for me. So, but I don't depend on it, Justin. But I do really appreciate it, especially when I'm cracking. I have been known to crack. It's a lot of energy, guys. There's a lot of people. I didn't know what I walked into. I was just like, wait, what? Wait, what? Next thing I knew. I mean, I think some of you guys have been a little bit more familiar with this information. You have to remember, this is all still like a little new to me. I'm the beginner here. I'm the beginner. My yoga teachers say that every day I wake up, I'm a beginner again. Every day I wake up, I'm a beginner again. So yeah, thank you for that, honey. Where's Team Honey? Maybe they want me to come. Nearest I've ever been to Mexico is Tijuana. Yeah, Tijuana's pretty interesting. Spent some good time there. I love Mexico. And we're gonna have field trips too. We're gonna be everywhere, Kazri. We want to come up. I heard Prince Edward Island, that's what it's called. It's beautiful too. You know, we just want to go in our little capsules. It was like, oh, we can be in Morocco in an hour. Colleen said something like that the other day. I was like, yeah, let's do that. You know, let's go take a bath in Morocco this weekend. Anyone want to go? Woohoo! We're gonna have so much fun. Someone in the chat saying, yeah, Marie, no codependency. Yeah, I'm not codependent. Shine on, you crazy diamond. All right. I want you guys to hear this music. So I think I'm gonna walk back out. Well, here's the niños. Lucas. Hi, Ruby. Want to say hi?
No.
No. Not really into it. We're gonna come back in here. Should we come in here, friends?
We were just talking about you.
Should we come here?
Let's see if they tune this.
I was wondering if you were gonna come in my.
Oh goodness, I'm online.
I know. I'm just hoping that it stays online.
Hello.
This is the lovely Kira.
Namaste, angels. I love you. Kisses all around. Look at you all so shiny. Is it a good day? See you soon, Sarah. Hi, Cassie. Hi, everyone. So quiet. Is it like muted? Or are you all just very quiet?
They're muted. But
Oh, they're muted.
some of them are pretty here.
We're all muted. We love you. I miss
Marketplace.
you.
Oh, there you are. Oh, I love you. I miss you. Well, I'll be giving some big group hugs soon. Squishies. Yeah, we can do some music, but so there's beautiful acoustics in this space. It's perfect. I was worried about equipment, but apparently we don't need it. So
It should be good. Can you guys hear us okay? Is the connection still good in this room?
and you can
Yeah,
even move
okay.
it back that way because in case I sing loud, and then that's closer to the connection. You wanna see something?
All right, I'll sit over here. Anybody else want to share anything?
Yeah.
We good for a song? Hi, Barb, you didn't say much. You good, honey? All right, we'll take a song. We love you. Text me if you need anything. Is this good here, guys? Let's see.
Yeah, how's it sound?
Does it sound okay? Is it loud enough?
All right. Remember to breathe, everyone. Take all of it. In the spaciousness of sound, we're all beautiful aspects of such an infinite song. Breathing in melodies, expanding. Such a wonderful made out of stardust and golden. Let your wings take flight and try to let go. We know it's love. You Maybe we put our hands in the air and can spread that energy out. Let's share. Bring out your inner fairy. Feel that energy show. Alchemize the whole field, coming to pure divine embodiment and balance, taking care forth from both. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you guys. We love y'all so much.
Right? Have full body chills, it's hot. All right. That's a wrap. Are we good? Love you guys. See you next week. Keep it real. Love each other. We love you. That's all I got. Namaste.
Namaste.
Bye, guys.
Love, love, love.
Namaste, you sweeties.
I know, right? Bye, friends. Thanks to everybody in the chat. We love you too. We can't wait to see you soon.